Alright, so when every single one of you guys walks out of this room today, you will all be saying, I care. Oh, wait, that was
sorry, that's my fault. Go back.
Good. Okay. Here you go. I care about what people think of me. I know you guys are saying, she does not know me like that. Well, let me clarify. So I'm not talking about a situation, let's say you wanted to dance around Red Square and people are laughing at you. Of course, who cares about what people think of you? I'm definitely not referring to those people who won't be friends with someone, even if they get along great, just because they care about what people think of them. So, what do I mean by this? Well, there's a difference between being outgoing and being obnoxious. There's a difference between being honest and being offensive, and there's also a difference between being spontaneous and being irresponsible. Those who know the difference are those who care about what people think of them. So why should we care about what people think of us? Better yet, why do I care about what people think of me? Is it because I am afraid to be myself? No. Is it because I am materialistic? No. Is it because I want to be popular or in the in crowd? No. Actually, I've been the outsider of the outer crowd, if that's even possible to do. Well, why should I care about what people think of me? Well, because I care about my brand. And as we all know, our brand is how we're perceived, even if that's not who we really are throughout our entire career, right? And so, what people think of you is the difference between unemployment and employment. What people think of you is the difference between becoming obsolete in the workforce to getting that promotion. And what people think of you is the difference between being heard or being ignored and being heard. And therefore, what people think of you is directly related to how powerful you are. So I care about what people think of me, and that's why I encourage you all to start consciously caring about what people think of you. Now you all recognize this. These are the lovely note cards that you guys wrote for me when I presented my elevator pitch. And something a lot of you guys condemned was my confidence. And others, you guys warned me, try not to be overconfident. And I agree with this. This is something I've struggled with, actually. In the past, not only was I extremely overconfident, but I was blatantly honest about a lot of things. And I thought, you know, why should I change my personality for anyone? People don't accept me for who I am. That's their loss, right? That was just my mentality, because I didn't care about what people thought of me. But as I started to work in teams, mature, and started networking, I realized this was not the way to think, right? And so I started to adjust myself. I started thinking, okay, well, I need to start caring about what people think of me. And so even if I think these things, I shouldn't say them. Even if I feel a certain way, I shouldn't portray it. And so that comes to a question, well, does that make me fake? You know, if we have to adjust ourselves because we care about what people think of us, is that making us fake? And the answer is no. Caring about what people think of you and adjusting yourselves just, you know, to create your brand is just another characteristic of who you are. So if you're the type of person that likes to keep it real, go ahead, it's perfectly fine with your friends and your family, but there are those atmospheres where it's just not appropriate. And so if you contain yourself, does that mean you're fake? No, it just means you're consciously caring about what others think of you because you're thinking about your brand, you're considering that. And so why do I say this? Well, it comes to my last point, the most important point, the reason why I'm even talking about this. It's because we all know, especially being University of Washington students and faculty, that this is a competitive world. And in order to survive in that competitive world, we need a competitive advantage. And so everything I just talked about is pretty simple concept, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about brand awareness and things like that. But you'd be surprised on how many people forget about this daily, who don't consciously think, and so they say what they want, or they act like how they want, and it's because, you know, people need to accept me for who I am. But really, you need to start consciously thinking about what others are thinking of you. And so again, as you guys walk out today, or if, you know, MySpace becomes hips again, and we write an about me, do you guys remember that? The about me's? You'd all be saying, I care about what people think of me. Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much.